Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. In triangle ABC, the measure of angle B is 90 degrees. BD is an altitude of the triangle. The length of BC is 10 and measure of angle ABD is equal to 60 degrees. What is the length of AD? Since the measure of angle B is 90 degrees, the triangle ABC is a right triangle. Okay, first let me draw a right triangle. Here we have a right triangle. Since angle B is 90 degrees, we can take the point B over here at where we have the right angle. And we can take the point A over here and C over here. And the question says the length of BC is 10. So the length of this side of the triangle is 10. And the measure of angle ABD is 60 degrees. And before we plot this angle, we have to draw the altitude BD. Okay, now let me draw the altitude BD over here. I've drawn the altitude BD. Okay, now let me mark the point D over here. Since the BD is the altitude of the triangle, here we have right angle and also here we have a right angle. Now let's consider this angle, that is measure of angle ABD is 60 degrees. So here we have 60 degrees. Okay, now let's consider the right triangle ABD over here. In this right triangle, the measure of this interior angle is 90 degrees. Here we have 60 degrees. Then the measure of this interior angle has to be 30 degrees. So that the three interior angles will add up to 180 degrees. And we know that it's a right angle, that is 90 degrees. And the measure of this part is 60 degrees. Then what is the measure of this part? It has to be 30 degrees. So that this one and this one will add up to right angle, that is 90 degrees. Now let's consider the right triangle BCD over here. In this one, this interior angle is 90 degrees. This one is 30 degrees. Then the measure of this interior angle has to be 60 degrees. So that the three interior angles will add up to 180 degrees. Okay, now let's consider the right triangle BCD. Actually, it is a special right triangle, 30, 60, 90 special right triangle. In a 30, 60, 90 special right triangle, the side which is opposite to the interior angle 30 degrees is the shortest leg. Okay, here CD is the side that is opposite to the smallest interior angle 30 degrees. Then this is the shortest leg of this right triangle BCD. And let's assume X as the length of the shortest leg. Now, let's consider the side BD, which is opposite to the next larger angle 60 degrees. So, this is the next longer leg. Now, to get the length of this side BD, we have to multiply the length of the shortest leg X by square root of 3. Then X times square root of 3 is the length of the leg BD. And we know that BC is the hypotenuse because it is opposite to the right angle. And also in any right triangle, hypotenuse is the longest side. In this 30, 60, 90 special right triangle, to get the length of the hypotenuse, that is the longest side, we have to multiply the length of the shortest leg X by 2, then we get 2X. But already we have the length of BC, that is 10. So this 2X and 10, both of them represent the same stuff. That is the length of the side BC. We can equate them. Then we get 2X equals to 10. We can divide both sides of this equation by 2 to solve for X. This 2 will cancel. Then we get X equals to 5. Okay, here I got the value of X. Let's replace X by 5. Okay, the length of CD is 5. The length of BD is 5 times square root of 3. Okay, now let's consider the right triangle ABD over here. So this is also 30, 60, 90 special right triangle. And the side which is opposite to the smallest interior angle 30 degrees is the shortest leg. So this BD is the shortest leg. Let's assume Y as the length of this shortest leg BD. And the next longer leg is the side which is opposite to 60 degree angle measure. Now to get the length of this leg, we have to multiply the length of the shortest leg Y by square root of 3. Then we get Y times square root of 3. And we know that AB is hypotenuse because it is opposite to the right angle. And also this is the longest side. Now to get the length of the longest side of 30, 60, 90 special right triangle, we have to multiply the length of the shortest leg Y by 2. Then we get 2 times Y, that is 2Y. Okay, here we have the length of BD, that is Y. Already we got the length of BD, that is 5 times square root of 3. So then we have Y equals to 5 times square root of 3. And our aim is to get the length of AD. Here we got the length of AD, that is Y times square root of 3. Let me write over here. Y times square root of 3. AD equals to, we have the value of Y, that is 5 times square root of 3. We can plug in this 5 times square root of 3 for Y over here. Then we get 5 times square root of 3 times square root of 3. AD equals to 5 times square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3. AD equals to 5 times raise of 15. I got the length of AD, that is 15 units.